Hi, I'm Michael, and I did the farmer's market for 14 years up to the point where I was diagnosed with cancer. And that kind of put an end to me doing the farmer's market because doing the farmer's market is basically a 6-month long period, and you basically shove a full-time job into 6 months. Now it has its benefits, you get 6 months off, but you do have to work really hard. So I was working like 72 hours a week, and to fit chemo and other procedures and doctor's appointments into that sort of schedule is it's like impossible. So I had to give up doing the farmer's market. But I have developed over the years a system called what I call 6 into 36 and repeat. And that is where you take $6 and then you turn it into $36 at the end of the day. So if you invest, like say $12, you get $72. If you invest $100, you get $600 at the end of the day. So you can see this is very scalable. So depending on the size of your market, you can invest $18 for a small market or $100 for a large market. Just kind of depends on what market you have going on that day. I had a big one on Saturday, and then I had 2 medium ones and 2 small ones on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I didn't do one on Friday. They were around, but I really had to spend all day Friday baking for the Saturday morning market. So that's how that kind of went. But one of my most popular items was a loaf I called it an orange weekend loaf. It's basically kind of like an orange pound cake. And it is really, really good. I like eating with strawberries and whipped cream, but it's also really good just by itself. So that's what I'm going to show you how to make today. And we're going to start by buttering and flouring 7 little loaf tins. And I got these loaf tins pretty much right off the bat because they are the right size to fit into my little sandwich bags that I prefer to package things in. And it's just kind of like the right size too. So we want to get these nicely buttered up. And now we're going to have to flour them, so we just put a little bit of flour in some of them, and we'll just shake it all about, get it well coated. Okay, and the excess flour we'll just put back into our little dish here. Okay, so we've got this done. And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put in 1 2/3 cup sugar, and then we're going to grate an orange into it because we're just interested in the orange zest. We just want the zest of 1 orange. Okay, and we've got the zest, and let me get a knife out here. I'll scrape it all out of here because you want all the zest. I mean, there's no point of zesting an orange only to get some of the orange zest. That looks pretty good. And then we're just going to stir this until the sugar turns kind of an orange color and it breaks up all little clumps of orange zest that we created. Okay, now that it's a nice orange color, as you can see, well, not orange, but definitely a nice yellow color. It's definitely not white. We're now going to melt our butter, and this is 7.5 teaspoons of butter. I use the other half teaspoon to grease the pans. But we're going to melt this for about, I want to say about 30 to 40 seconds. And also, we're going to now do 5 eggs. Okay, and then we're going to beat this up really, really well until we form kind of a ribbon stage. And it may take a while for this to happen. It could take up to like about 8-10 minutes. But in the meantime, we're going to get the butter out of the microwave. Okay, and there's our melted butter. And we're back to beating this up for an eternity. Okay, so that took about, I'm going to say about 10 minutes. I'm going to edit that out. But this is 2 tablespoons of creme. They consider really wonderful orange flavor along with the orange zest. And we've got creme fraiche, which is kind of an odd thing. I make my own. I basically just take cream, I heat it up a little bit, I add a little bit of buttermilk to it, and then I let it sit out overnight, and you basically have some creme fraiche. And if I know I'm doing this cake, I will do it the night before or 2 days before. But sometimes if I'm in a pinch and I need to make this cake and I need to make it now and I didn't prepare for it, or I didn't think I was going to make it, I've sometimes have used sour cream. I think that's a adequate little solution, and we just beat that all in. And next we're going to do 2 1/4 cup of flour. And we'll have to sift that in there because we don't want any lumps. And then also 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder. Get that in there. Rest of the flour. Okay, and we're going to fold that in. And this does make the most incredible cake. I've also done it as a lemon cake, and I might show you at a later date the lemon one. I don't do that one as often for the farmer's market. I just do the orange one because it seems like I have another cake called a lemon blueberry loaf, and that kind of like takes the spot of the lemon item. Let's make sure we get all the flour incorporated. Okay, and then we're going to fold in the melted butter. I love butter so much. Kind of wish I had popcorn right now. I'm going to fold in the butter. Okay. And then we're going to scoop it into our little pie tins. Let's move you over there. Okay. And I believe it takes about 3 or 4 of these scoops. I haven't made this cake in about 2 years now, so kind of rusty on that. You probably will see that in many of my videos, is that I'm not always quite sure how to make the items. Now, I have a lot of this stuff is just memorized, and I can whip these things out without even going back to the recipe book or to the recipe file, because I've made them so many times over the last 14 years. It's just like automatic. I know exactly how to make these things. But sometimes like how many scoops have changed over the time that I've been doing farmers market, because sometimes I want a smaller loaf, or I want to squeeze out another loaf to help with the profitability of the item. These are all things that I do on a regular basis. Okay, and let's go for 4. Who knows, we might have to go for 5. Yeah, let's go for 5. I don't know if I can get 2 more scoops out of here though, but we'll try. Okay. Oh, we might do it. We might do it. There's 1 scoop. And just 1 more scoop. Okay, and it's not quite enough, so we're going to take a little bit out of each one. You don't want to have a runt. We want them to also cook very evenly. I think that's enough. Okay. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Oh, I can taste that one already. So we're going to now put these in the oven for about, I'm going to say about 40 minutes at 350. Okay. Now, while they're baking, I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of cleaning up. This is so good. I love this batter. Okay. I'm going to clean up, and we'll come back to you, and we will then take them out of the oven and let them cool. The alarm is going off now, so I'm going to take them out of the oven and see how they look like. Oh, and they look really, really good too. Here we go. Yeah, all nice and done. And we're gonna let these cool, and once they're done cooling, we will then package them up. Now they've cooled down, so we're gonna start packaging them up. And I just love these little flip top bags. That came out so beautifully. I love these flip top bags. They're like a penny a piece, and they're real easy to just slide the item into, fold up, wrap it, and then I put my label right across it to kind of seal it. I kind of believe that baked goods should breathe, so wrapping them in plastic and sealing them so they don't breathe really causes you lots of problems. It's not really good for them. So we're going to package these up. And it looks like I need 1 more bag too. Okay, last bag. And there you have it. You have 7 orange, what I call weekend cakes. Very, very nice. Now, the cost of this is comes out to be 40 cents for the flour, 45 cents for the sugar, butter was 75 cents, orange was 50 cents, creme fraiche, I make it myself, so it's kind of like harder to kind of like judge the price on that one, but I estimate it to be like 65 cents. Creme was 20 cents. That is not cheap stuff, but you're only using 2 tablespoons, so that bottle generally lasts me at least a year, maybe a year and a half. Salt is 5 cents. Baking soda or baking powder, 5 cents, and then 5 eggs, which was 50 cents. If you add that all together, you end up with $3.55. And if you times it by 6, you end up with like 304. And since you divide that by then 7, you end up with the item that should cost you around $3. Now I do sell these for like $3.75, just because everything else is like $3.75. It just kind of makes it easy for everyone to understand. It's $3.75. This is it. I'd love to hear comments. I love hearing back from you, how to be a better presenter, how the recipes are working out for you, what your local farmers market is like, etc. The recipe is also down below, so hit like and subscribe, and I will see you next week for something exciting to make. Okay, bye.